Okay, good morning, everybody. Okay, yesterday we have started our second unit. What is our second unit? Second unit is regarding electronic solid state electronic devices and the signal conditioning. Okay, first part is about solid state semiconductor devices. Okay, already I explained what is semiconductor, what are the semiconductor materials. Okay, what is doping? Okay, what are the doped types? Semiconductors, what is n type, what is p type, what is p-n junction in previous class. Okay okay in this class, let me explain about p-n junction diode. Okay, in today's class first topic is p-n junction diode. What is p-n junction diode? Okay, diode is one of the important electronic device, okay, semiconductor device used in modern electronics. A diode is a two electrode device, is a two terminal device. Okay, and is often it is a one way conductor. It is used as a one way conductor. Okay, and the basic type of diode is p-n junction diode. Generally, we are using p-n junction diode. P-n junction is nothing but is a act as a diode. Okay, already I explained about p-n junction. Suppose this is the diode. Okay, we have two terminals. One terminal is attached to the n-type semiconductor and one terminal is attached to the p-type semiconductor. The terminal attached to the n-type is called cathode. Cathode is the end of the n-type semiconductor. Okay, and the terminal which is connected to the p-type semiconductor material is called anode. Anode means is the terminal at p-type semiconductor. Anode is connected to the p-type. The terminal which is connected to the n-type semiconductor is called cathode. Cathode and anode are the two terminals of the p-n junction diode. See here, it is the symbol of the diode. It is the symbol of the diode. Okay, it shows the direction of the current. Means the current is flowing from left to right. Okay, the direction shows the flow of electrons or holes, whatever it is. It shows the direction. Next, already I explained about p-n junction. Now once again I will clearly explain about p-n junction. Okay, here the p-n junction is nothing but p-n junction is act as diode. Okay, see this. You know p-n junction, how to make a p-n junction? Just the interface between the p-type material, p-type semiconductor and n-type semiconductor. Okay, if you join these two semiconductor forms a junction. The junction is called p-n junction. Okay, still admitting. See this. We are joining p-type material and n-type material. Okay, what are the majority carriers in p-type material? Holes. And what are the majority carriers in n-type material? Or electrons. Okay, these are the positive. Okay, holes. Most of the conductor majority carriers are holes. So this is the p-type material. This is the n-type material. We are joining p-type and n-type material for forming a junction, that is p-n junction. See this. Left side is the p-type material, right side is the n-type material. Okay, p region and n region. Okay, the interface between these two regions forms a junction. That junction is called PN junction. Okay, because of diffusion process, the electrons and holes nearby the junction or cross the junction. Okay, this process is called diffusion. Okay, this makes an ions at the junction at left side and right side, negative ions in the left side and positive ions in the right side. Okay, this causes some potential difference at the junction. Okay, this region is called depletion region because this depleted the electrons and holes without crossing the junction. Okay, there is a potential difference is exist at the junction of this PN junction. Okay, see this. It's losing electrons, this losing holes. Okay, they form ions. Here a barrier is created. Okay, that barrier is called potential barrier because there is a existing of potential. Okay, because of that potential there is a barrier between the N region and P region at the junction. That barrier is called potential barrier. Okay, because of this barrier the electrons from the right side are not able to move towards P region and the holes in the P region are not able to move towards N region. Okay, this barrier restricts the flow of electrons and holes across the junction. Okay, this is called PN junction diode. PN junction, that is nothing but PN junction diode. Okay, here the potential barrier is nearly 0.7 volts for silicon and 0.3 volts for germanium type of semiconductors. Okay, what is the potential barrier? The capacity of potential barrier is 0.7 volts at the junction for silicon type of semiconductors. Okay, for germanium type of semiconductors, okay, the barrier potential barrier existed at the junction is nearly 0.3 volts. Okay, now if you supply the voltage across this PN junction, if you supply the voltage across this PN junction, if the voltage is more than the threshold voltage, this is called threshold voltage, 0.7 volts for silicon semiconductors and 0.3 volts for germanium semiconductors. That is the barrier voltage. That is called threshold voltage. If you supply the voltage more than this threshold voltage, we can remove this barrier. Okay. Now this is called PN junction diode. That is one. PN junction is nothing but act as a diode here. Now biasing of the diode. Okay, we have two types of biasing for diodes. One is forward biasing, second one is reverse biasing. Okay, in forward biasing the PN junction diode is act as a conductor. In reverse biasing the PN junction diode is act as a switch, means there is no flow of current through semiconductor. So that's why it is called one way conductor, means it is act as a conductor in forward biasing. Okay, act as an insulator in reverse biasing. Okay, now we see what is forward biasing. Okay, in forward biasing the N-type material, the terminal which is connected to the N-type is connected to the negative terminal of the battery, and positive P-type terminal positive is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. If you connect the battery like this, then it is called forward biasing, means negative is become more negative and positive is become more positive. If you connect the battery like this, it is called forward biasing. Now we see the what is the action of in forward biasing. What will happen? See this. Forward biased connectors. See this. The positive terminal of the battery is connected to P type material and the negative terminal is connected to N type material. Okay, here the terminals are opposite to the potential barrier but same to the P type material and N type material, means positive is connected to P type material and negative is connected to N type material. So what will happen? See this. Okay, in p-type material, majority carriers are positive. Okay, here we have more holes, means positive charge is there. Now we are connecting the positive charge p-type material to positive. Okay, same poles are repulsive and opposite poles are attractive. So here connecting the reverse same poles, means they are there is a repulsive action between this pole and this one, that causes the repulsive action between this at p-type material, that causes the movement of the, okay, this p-type holes towards barrier. See this. And here also we are connecting negative to negative, means there is a repulsive force between that causes the movement of electrons towards junction. See this. Positive is connected to positive and negative is connected to negative, means N is more negative, P is more positive. So because of that repulsive action, the holes, means the positive holes are moving towards junction. Again here negative holes are moving towards junction. Okay, here we are applying voltage more than 0.7 volts. You know, already I told for silicon what is the barrier voltage, 0.7 volts. If you apply more than 0.7 volts, okay, the holes are moving towards junction and electrons also moving towards junction. Okay, that removes the barrier at the junction. Okay, if there is no barrier at the junction, what will happen? The electrons and holes are moving, crossing the junction, that causes flow of current, that causes flow of current. Okay, here the electrons are moving from n type to p type and holes are moving from p type to n type, that causes flow of current. Okay, here the current direction is the direction of the holes. Here we are taking, okay, the direction of holes as a flow of current. Okay, here the current is moving in this way, means the holes are moving from p type to n type. Okay, means in forward biasing, the junction barrier is removed and, okay, there is a flow of current in the conductor. Now the BN junction diode is act as a conductor in forward biasing. Okay, this is called forward biasing. In forward biasing, the conductor, the diode allows the current through it. Okay, the barrier is removed and current is flowing. Okay, this is called forward biasing. See once again. Okay, in forward biasing, remember, positive is connected to P and negative is connected to N. Negative is more negative, P is more positive. Because of repulsion force, okay, the holes are forcing towards junction. The holes are forcing towards junction and electrons also forcing towards junction. Okay, because of this force, the barrier is collapsed. Okay, the collapse of barrier causes flow of electrons and holes and they can cross the junction. Okay, this causes flow of current. This is called forward biasing. In forward biasing, the PN junction diode is act as conductor. Now we see reverse biasing. Okay, in forward biasing, the diode is act as a conductor because we are forward biasing voltage causes removes the barrier at the junction, that causes flow of holes and electrons. They cross the junction and that causes flow of current through diode. Now second one is reverse biasing. In reverse biasing, here the connections are reverse, means the p type is connected to negative and n type material is connected to positive. See this. This is a reversed biased PN junction. Here positive is connected to negative. In previous case, negative is connected to n type material. Here positive is connected to n type and negative is connected to p type. What will happen? Here in p type material consists of holes, means positive charge. Here the positive charge is connected to negative, means opposite charges are attracted. Because of the attraction, the holes are moving away from the barrier, not towards the barrier. They are away from the barrier. Here negative is connected to positive, means those are attracted, means the electrons moving towards the terminal, means they are moving away from the barrier. That causes increase of barrier width. See this. Negative is connected to p-type material, positive is connected to n-type material in reversed bias. Okay, what will happen? There is attraction between the opposite poles. Okay, because of that, holes are moving away from the junction and towards terminal. Here also electrons moving away from the junction and moving towards positive charge. That causes increase of barrier. Increase of barrier. If the barrier is increased, what will happen? There is no, they not allow the flow of holes and electrons through junction, means they don't allow to cross the holes and electrons across the junction. This now it is acted as insulator. Now diode is acted as insulator. In forward bias, diode is act as conductor. In reverse bias, the diode is act as insulator, means they don't allow current. But practically there is some minority carriers in the n-type material and some minority carriers in the p-type material. What are the minority carriers in the p-type material? Electrons. Majority carriers are holes, minority carriers are electrons. Here, what are the minority carriers in n-type? Electrons are majority carriers, holes are minority carriers. Okay, because of this minority carriers, a small current in micro amperes is flowing through this junction, but the current is in reverse direction. Okay, the direction which is in forward biasing, there is a flow direction for current. Okay, now the little current which is due to the minority carriers is reversed to the current, reverse current. So this current is called reverse saturation current. Reverse saturation current. Okay, this reverse saturation current is due to the minority carriers in the n-type and p-type material. Okay, that is very small current is there. This is called PN junction connected in reversed biasing. Reversed biasing, it is act as insulator, but a little current in the reverse direction due to minority carriers. Okay, and one more thing I want to explain here. If you increase the voltage, if you continuously increase the voltage, okay, at particular voltage, at particular high voltage, okay, the barrier is breakdown. At particular high voltage, the barrier is breakdown. That breakdown voltage is called Zener voltage. The breakdown voltage is called Zener voltage. The diodes which are acting at breakdown voltage are called Zener diodes. Those are called Zener diodes. Zener diodes are used for voltage regulators. Zener diodes are used as voltage regulators. What will happen in breakdown voltage? If you supply more voltage here in reversed biasing, you know, reversed biasing means the diode is acting as insulator, means there is no flow of current. Okay, you are still increasing the voltage, means you are connecting with powerful battery, the voltage is increasing. What will happen? Okay, the electrons, okay, in the n-type material gets accelerated, means it gets kinetic energy. Because of high voltage, the kinetic energy of the electron is increases. Okay, now the electron, because of that kinetic energy, the electron is, okay, get out from this atom and it is moving with some velocity, high velocity, and it knock out an electron from the other atom, means it hits the other atom. Okay, and that hitting removes the electron from the other atom. Now two electrons are there. Now same voltage, because of same voltage, again two electrons gets kinetic energy, they hit two more electrons. Now four electrons. Now four electrons have kinetic energy, four electrons hits, and they get 8 electrons, 8, 16, 16, 32. Okay, there is the increase of electrons. Okay, there is sudden increase of current in the reverse direction. Okay, that is called breakdown of the breakdown voltage. That is called breakdown current, means reverse saturation current. Okay, there is high current moves across the junction because of breakdown voltage. The breakdown is voltage is called Zener voltage. This is the special case. Okay, just first remember that in forward bias, diode is act as conductor. In reverse bias, diode is act as insulator. This is fixed first. Okay, in special case, if you apply more voltage in reverse biasing, okay, if you cross the limit of voltage at breakdown voltage, if you obtain the breakdown voltage, because of breakdown voltage, okay, it supplies kinetic energy to electrons. Because of kinetic energy of electrons, it knock out the different electrons. It increases the free electrons. Because of that, sudden increase of current is possible in breakdown voltage. Okay, the voltage Zener voltage, the diode which is based on the Zener voltage is called Zener diodes. Zener diodes are generally used for voltage regulators. Now, okay, forward biasing, reverse biasing. Now we see the characteristics of the diode. Characteristics of the diode is nothing but graph. It shows the variation of current and voltage, okay, in the diodes. This curve represents the variation of voltage and with respect to current variation with respect to voltage. You can see in this characteristics. This is called diode characteristics. See this in first coordinate. Okay, in first coordinate, this is the forward biasing. This is forward biasing. Okay, now on x-axis we are taking voltage, on y-axis we are taking current. At initially 0 voltage, okay, in forward biasing there is no current flow because we are not supplying any voltage. Now we are increasing the voltage. We are increasing the voltage. Initially the current is slightly increases, slightly, okay, up to what voltage? Already I told. What is the potential barrier voltage? 0.7 volts for silicon semiconductor, 0.3 volts for germanium semiconductor. Okay, only the flow of electrons or holes is possible beyond this voltage. This is the threshold value of the voltage. If you cross the 0.7 volts, okay, there is the flow of electrons and their holes and electrons are crossing the junction. So that is called knee voltage. That is called knee voltage. Means the voltage increasing at knee voltage. Knee voltage means 0.7, the voltage of the potential barriers. If you increase the voltage beyond that, okay, sudden rise of current is there. The current is in a y-axis increases suddenly. Means the resistance of the diode is very low. The resistance of initial resistance of the diode is very low. If you supply the voltage more than threshold value, that is 0.7 volts, sudden increase of current is possible. It shows the flow of increase of current with respect to voltage. Initially low, at beyond the knee voltage, the rise of current is very high. This is called forward, the relationship between current and voltage in forward biasing. Now we see the reverse biasing in third coordinate. Okay, already I told. Okay, in reverse biasing, the diode is act as insulator. Means there is no flow of current. There is no flow of current, means the holes and the electrons are not crossing the junction. But I already told a little current because of minority carriers, okay, moving, that is in milliamperes. Okay, very little current is flowing in reverse direction. That is also called as reverse saturation current. That is because of minority carriers. So in reverse bias, the current is very low. That is a constant current. Okay, even you are increasing the voltage in reverse direction. Okay, what will happen? There is no flow of current. The current flow is very low. This is due to the minority carriers. Reverse saturation current is this one. At particular voltage, that voltage is called breakdown voltage. That is Zener voltage. Okay, if you apply the voltage, okay, up to breakdown voltage, it suddenly raises the current. It suddenly rises the current in reverse biasing. Already I explained. Okay, at breakdown voltage, the electrons gets kinetic energy. Because of that high kinetic energy, it heats the neighboring atoms and it removes the electrons from the neighboring atoms. Okay, these electrons are heating other electrons because of kinetic energy. Okay, because of this action, this chain action, the free electrons are more. Because of that more free electrons crossing the junction immediately. That because of that breakdown voltage, the increase of current is high, very high. but the flow of current is in reverse manner. Okay, in forward biasing, the flow current is rising like this. In reverse biasing, okay, up to breakdown voltage, the diode is act as insulator only. There is no flow of current. Only if the voltage is beyond the breakdown voltage, then only it acts as a conductor in reverse biased connection. Okay, this is special case, but our voltage is always below the breakdown voltage. Okay, for Zener diodes only, we are applying more than breakdown voltage. Those are different applications, Zener diodes. Okay, these are the characteristics of the diodes. This is forward biasing. Knee voltage means already I told 0.7 volts for it's silicon atom, silicon semiconductor. For germanium, it is 0.3 volts. Means our supplied voltage should be more than this knee voltage, then only possibility for crossing the junction for holes and electrons. See this? The supplied voltage should be okay, knee voltage plus load voltage. Okay, this voltage to overcome the barrier, potential barrier, and this voltage for load. What is the voltage of knee voltage? 0.7. Now the load voltage is equal to supplied voltage minus knee voltage. So the load which which demands the voltage is supply voltage minus barrier voltage. We are taking the load voltage beyond the knee voltage, because up to knee voltage there is no, the working of diode is not started as a conductor. After knee voltage only the diode is act as conductor. That's why supplied voltage should be the load voltage plus knee voltage. Okay, here current is load voltage by resistance of the load. That is, this is the expression for this. Okay, next. Okay, once I will unmute you. If you have any doubts regarding PN junction, please ask me now. Sir, if you have any doubts regarding PN junction diode and reverse biasing, forward biasing and breakdown voltage, please ask me now. Sir, I allow you to unmute. If you have any doubts, unmute yourself and ask me. Okay, I will give 1 minute time. No one? I think you understand about diode. The diode is connected in forward biasing and reverse biasing. Forward biasing, it is act as a conductor. Reverse biasing, it is act as a insulator. Okay. Okay, I think nobody are not interested to express your doubts. Okay, I will continue. Next, the application of the diode. Generally, the diode is used for rectification process. The diode is used as rectification process. Okay, now we see how diode is act as a rectifier. What is rectifier first? Now, rectification is to convert the AC current into DC current. To convert the AC current into DC current, means AC voltage to DC voltage. Okay, that conversion process is called rectification. The device which is used for making this rectification is called rectifier. Okay, here we are using the diode properties for this rectification. Here we have two types of rectifiers: half-wave rectifier and full-wave rectifier. Before that, you should know what is alternate current and direct current. Then only you can understand the rectification process. See this. This is electric currents are two types: DC current and AC current. AC current is alternate current, means it develops positive for one cycle, negative for second cycle, positive, negative means the direction of current is changing for every cycle. Okay, for 180 degrees, okay, it is in positive phase, and 180 degrees, remaining 180 degrees, it is in negative, means the current direction is changing for every 180 degrees of rotation. But in case of direct current, we are getting the direct current only. We do, it is direct. There is no change in the direction. Only the current is moving in one direction only. Then it is called direct current. Now we see this. Okay. Generally, the battery supplies DC current, direct current. Okay. See this. We are connecting a 12 volt battery to 12 volts battery to a light. The current is flowing because of voltage potential difference. Okay, there is a flow of current, but the current is flowing in only one direction, negative to positive, negative to positive, in this direction only. Okay, one way only. So it is called direct current. Most of the electronic devices are based on the direct current. So we need to convert AC current to, but our supply voltage is AC. So we need to convert the AC current to DC current for different electronic devices. They require DC current. So we need to use rectifiers to convert the AC current into DC current. See this. This is AC current. AC current means household current. What we are using in houses is AC current, alternating current. For every 180 degrees, the direction is changing. For 180 degrees, it is moving in this direction. Next 180 degrees, it is moving in reverse direction. Means the direction of current is changes for every movement. For every 180 degrees, the cycle is changing. The rotation for 180 degrees rotation, it is in this direction. For next 180, in this direction. Means it is continuously alternating these directions. Okay, this is called AC current. Okay, we need to current this current into only one direction only. Here the current is moving in this direction for first 180 degrees, next 180 degrees it is in reverse. Okay, like this. The current direction is changing for every 180 degrees, means for every cycle. Okay, we need to convert this. For that purpose, we are using rectifiers. First one is half-wave rectifier. Half-wave rectifier. You know, in AC current, we have two wave in AC wave. Okay, sine wave. We have two cycles: positive for 180 degrees, negative for next 180. Next positive, negative, positive, negative. Means in this half-wave rectifier, we are avoiding either negative wave or positive wave. We are taking only one wave. Then it is called half-wave rectifier. See this. We are taking, suppose positive cycle taking, there is no, we are eliminating negative. Next positive, we are eliminating negative. Positive, we are eliminating negative. So if you eliminate the one wave, either positive or negative, okay, we are only collecting the positive waves or negative waves. Then it is called half-wave rectifier. Okay, how it possible? This just by using diode, we can convert the AC current into DC current. How it is possible? See this. This is the rectification circuit. It consists of a diode and a resistor. Okay, this circuit is connected to AC. Now see this. This diode is in, if you see in this direction, it is the forward bias. Means it allows current from left to right. Okay, if it is connected in reverse direction, means reverse biased. Means it not allows current from right to left. Means the diode is allowing current through it in forward biasing only, not allowing current in reverse biasing. Okay, based on that we can connect. We need positive, we can connect like this. If we need negative cycle, okay, just reverse it. Means forward in this direction and in reverse direction we connected in reverse bias. Okay, now see that we are supplying AC current. You know, AC current means first for 180 degrees, it is the current is moving in this direction in this loop circuit. Okay, in second, the current is moving in reverse direction. For first 180 degrees, the current direction is like this. Okay, next 180 degrees like this. Means for every 180 degrees, the direction is changing. So first cycle, positive cycle, means the current is flowing in this direction. The diode allows that cycle. Means that cycle is of current, positive cycle of current is moving across the diode because it is connected in forward bias. Again, the direction is changing in reverse. Okay, now second half cycle, the current is moving in this direction. Means now diode is reverse bias. Means not allowed. Okay, means second cycle is eliminated. Again, the current is direction is in this direction. It allows. In this direction, not allowed. Because in this direction it is forward bias. In this direction it is reverse bias. So only one direction only the diode allows the current. So we can collect only positive. We can collect only positive cycles. So that is it is known as half-wave rectifier. We can collect negative also, only negative. Okay, for collecting negative, just change the direction of this diode. Then only collects negative, means we only get negative cycles. Okay, next one, full wave rectifiers. Next one is full wave rectifiers. Here rectifiers means here also we are using diodes for convert the AC current into DC current. But in full wave rectifier, we can collect the two waves, okay, positive and negative. But here the negative wave is converted into positive. Negative wave converted into positive. This is the positive wave. Okay, actually we have negative cycle in AC current, but that negative cycle is converted into positive. Means we are getting direct current here. So there is no gap between these waves. That's why it is called full wave rectifier. How to convert the AC current into full wave DC current? Okay, by using full wave rectifier. See this. This is also called diode bridge rectifier. This is called bridge rectifier. See this. Here we are connecting 4 diodes. Here we are connecting 4 diodes. This is the resistor. Okay, and now we are supplying AC voltage. Okay, now AC current is flowing. First off cycle, positive cycle, the current is flowing in this direction. Okay, here not allowing because it is reverse bias. So the current is moving to D1 diode. Okay, here D2 is reverse bias. So through D1, through resistor, the current is moving towards this terminal D. Okay, now the current through D3, it reaches the B. Now we see the direction. First off cycle, positive cycle, the current is moving through A, D1, resistor, okay, to here, and D3 through D3, it reaches the B. Okay, that is the first half cycle. Okay, you know AC current, second half cycle, second 180 degrees, it changes the direction. Now the direction of current is in this direction. Okay, in first direction we are collecting the current through diodes D1 and D3 via resistor. Now second cycle, the current is moving to B. Here D2 is forward bias, D2. Okay, here reverse bias, then resistor to this terminal and D4 through A. Okay, now again the current is come across at, we are getting at A, means again we are collected at resistor, that is converted into positive, means again current comes in this direction only. Okay, because of the arrangement of diodes. Okay, in second cycle also the negative cycle is converted into positive direction. Okay, towards A. Again you get that negative cycle is converted into positive direction. See again, in negative direction the current is moving via B, D2 resistor and D4, means it is moving through D2 and D4 diodes. Okay, again comes in same direction. Okay, in this way we can convert the AC current into DC current. First the cycle is A, D1 resistor, okay, and D3 to B. Next second cycle B, B to D2, D2 to R, R to D4, D4 to A, and again, means we can convert the AC current into DC current. Here we can get both positive cycle and a negative cycle in only one direction only. Both are positive direction. Okay, we can get negative direction also, but we can change the arrangement of the bridge here. Okay, based on these 4 diodes, we can convert the AC current into DC current. Okay, 43. Sir, if you have any doubts regarding rectifiers, ask me, then I will go for next one. Okay, unmute yourself. If you have any doubts regarding rectifiers, ask me. Rectifier is a device which is used for converting AC current or voltage to DC current or voltage. Okay, here we are using the properties of diodes. That is, diode is act as conductor in forward biasing and act as insulator in reverse biasing. Based on that property, okay, we are connecting the diode in circuit. By using the diode direction, we can convert the AC current into DC current. If you only collect the off wave, it is off wave rectifier. If you use by the use of 4 diodes arranged in a bridge, we can convert the AC current into full wave DC current. That is called full wave rectifier. Okay, no doubts. Sorry. Okay, we'll go for next one. Next one is BJT. Next device is BJT, that is bipolar junction transistor. Okay, up to now we know about diode. What is diode? What is the application of diode? Okay, now second one is next device is BJT. It is also one more electronic device which is generally commonly used in electronics industry. That is bipolar junction transistor. Here this is the transistor. Okay, transistor is nothing but is the transfer of resistor. The main purpose of the transistor is act as a amplifier. Transistor is act as a amplifier, and we can use transistor as a switch. Okay, most of the applications are transistor is act as a amplifier, means it can transfer the current from low resistance circuit to high resistance circuit. It transfers current from low resistance circuit to high resistance circuit. That's why it is called transfer resistor. That is transistor. Okay, generally used transistor, one of the transistor used in general manner, that is BJT, bipolar junction transistor. Bipolar junction transistor. Why bipolar? Here the current carrying, okay, is because of both holes and electrons. Both electrons and holes, okay, influences the flow of current. That's why it is called bipolar junction transistor. Okay, simply it consists of, now you see, okay, this is the bipolar junction transistor. It looks like the sandwich of two PN junctions. Okay, it looks like it's the sandwich of two PN junctions. Okay, here this is a transistor is three terminal device. Here we have three terminals. In PN junction diode we have two terminals only. Here we have three terminals. Okay, the terminal which is called, first one is emitter terminal, base terminal, and collector terminal. We have three terminals: emitter, base, and collector. Okay, both emitter and collector are making with same semiconductor material. Suppose emitter is P type, collector also P type, but base is made with different material. Means suppose emitter and collector is made with P material, base is made with N type of material. Suppose emitter is N type material, collector also N type material, but base is P type material. Okay, and both collector and emitter are made with same material, same P type semiconductor. Base is different with the collector and emitter terminals. So here we have three terminals. These three terminals, okay, this in transistor we have two PN junctions. The interface between the emitter and base makes one junction, and the interface between the base and collector is another junction. Here we have two PN junctions. Okay, but actually we most of the think that it is nothing but two PN junctions are attaching, then we get transistor. But actually practically that is different. Okay, because these three parts, base, emitter, and collector, are slightly different, okay, in properties. Now I will explain how those are different. Okay, here we have two junctions: emitter base junction, base collector junction. Here we have two configurations. One is PNP configuration, second one is NPN configuration. I already told emitter and collector are made with same material, P. Base is N. Here emitter and collector are N material, N. The base is different material, that is P. This is PNP transistor, this is NPN transistor. Now these are the symbols of the transistor. See this is base, this is emitter, this is collector. Okay, here also base, emitter, collector. How you identify which is PNP transistor or NPN transistor is based on the direction. Here, and just you remember that, note that here we are considering the direction of flow of holes. Here considering the direction of holes. Okay, means which one is the source for holes? P-type material. P-type semiconductor consists of majority carriers as holes. So holes are moving from the P-type semiconductor. So direction also here, direction is also from P to N, anywhere P to N. First here Pn, emitter is P, base is N. So here direction is emitter to base, means P to N. Here now to NPN transistor. Here P is middle, N is emitter and collector. Here also direction is from P to N only. P to N. If is into the towards base, that is PNP transistor is towards outside of the base, it is NPN transistor. Okay, according to the direction arrow, we can identify. It is towards base, it is PNP transistor. It is towards, okay, emitter, and means be away from the base, that is NPN transistor. The arrow is always from P to N only. P to N only, not N to P. Okay, based on the direction, we can identify the which one is PNP, which is NPN. Okay, it's already 10:50. Okay, I will explain the working of the transistor in next class.